he's sort of satiated. He's done.
What, Drew?
He's sort of
satiated.
Well, you know what I mean. Nothing impresses him anymore. He doesn't sound like he's.
Well, he can't have an orgasm through oral sex.
Yeah, it's been 3 years.
Did you say this a friend of yours?
Yeah.
And so you're not performing the oral sex? Oh, you are.
Oh, he was an ex-boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
But he's a very close friend. We talk a lot.
All right. So did it damage your ego a little bit?
No. I'm just I'm very curious. I'm curious about sex in general. That's why I listen to your show so much.
All right. Let me explain the penis to you, Heather.
Okay.
Penises are not quite as temperamental as vaginas. They stick to a more cohesive plan. I mean, they're more regimented.
You've compared these to various kinds of pets.
Right. Yes. Okay. Here we go. Yes. The penis is like a dog. Now,
any particular kind of dog?
Like a lab. I wish mine were like a black lab, but I think it's more of a
honeycomb.
More of a blonde lab. Yeah. They're like Labrador. You know how they work. You know if you hold a biscuit out, they're going to jump up and snatch from your hand. You know if you rub their belly, the leg's going to move. You just know, and they don't really disappoint. They're pretty easy to deal with. They're durable. They're happy. They just want some attention. They don't really even care who gives them the attention. Think about that. Almost anyone could grab a tennis ball and take it. Charles Manson could get a tennis ball and take a lab out to the dog park, and the dog would be jumping up and down licking him. This is how the penis works. The vagina is more like a feline. It's like a Siamese cat, or like cats in general, all different. Some of them jump right up on your lap, and you pet them, and they start snuggling. Others, then you get confused by that, and so you go to a place where there's another cat, and it jumps up on your lap, and you try to pet it, and it claws at you. You never quite know what you're going to get. And they all vary a little, and some are a little harder to get to know than others. It's just the same as cats are. Some walk right up to you and start rubbing on your leg. Others run under the bed immediately when you come into the house. So the penis is fairly predictable. But the thing is the penis gets used to certain rituals, and then that's what it responds to.
Yeah.
And once it gets used to a certain feeling, like a lot of guys will do this, they'll masturbate so much that sex is a foreign experience to their penis, and they cannot achieve orgasm sometimes, or at least it takes them quite a bit longer because it's something that's different. It's a different kind of stimuli.
Even though I learned on your show that masturbation increases the sex drive.
Well, it gets you going, but it actually just makes you want to masturbate more. It's basically how it works. I mean, it does sort of keep the plumbing going and everything. But I would say, Drew, tell me if you disagree with any part of this, by the way. And I'll have your mic shut off. But once sometimes a guy will get in 3-4 years, 4 or 5 years of going at it and stimulating himself for once, twice a day for years before he then gets with a woman.
Right.
And then when he finally engages in sex, and this is why it can be disappointing for a lot of guys, or they don't know really how to react or anything, they actually finally have the intercourse, the precious intercourse that they've been fantasizing about for all these years, and the penis is completely thrown for a loop.
The person is confused, too, because now there's another individual to deal with.
That's right.
Very, very distracting.
That's a good point, Drew. You got to talk and everything. All right.
And it's never the way the fantasy is.
And there's a lot of guys that don't work well with the oral sex. I don't trust these guys, by the way, but there are guys out there. All right, we getting back to Lindsay? Yeah. Okay, Lindsay,
hey.
21.